Armory. Glad you could join us. Get ready, settle back. Tip is in the air and controlled by Yoncalla. Coming away is Bid Van Loon. Looks at a man defense right away. The right side. The basketball belongs in the hands of Martini.
This is the second time in a row, Gary. I'm sorry to say that they initially said they were starting Martini. Instead, it's Bragg who's on the floor, number 13.
All right, and Bragg. Shot on the way by Bid Van Loon from the left wing. Does not go. This is exactly what happened the last time, wasn't it? It was Matt Bragg that started.
It was actually Tony Waste on that offensive rebound. He pulled it down and went back up strong. He put it down and was fouled. He's got a chance for a three-point play to start the ball game.
First foul goes against Bill Bird, and going to the line will be Tony Waste. Waste at 6'1" and a senior. 23 seconds gone. Opening quarter, 1-0. 3-0, excuse me, as he made the basket. I'll settle into this here. It's a little early. Andreessen comes the other way. Right side, Timms. Down low, inside Bird. Double team. Nice move in the lane. Shoots it. Doesn't get it. Rebound. Tony Waste can't handle. Baseline. It belongs with Riverside. Riverside in white and Yoncalla in dark. Tallman will inbound. Get it to Bird. Bird on the baseline, left side. Back out top. Timms, three-pointer. Got it. Tied.
That's a nice shot by Timms. He's the kind of a kid that can beat you in two ways, either in transition or from the perimeter.
Van Loon pushes it ahead, shoots a jumper, shoots it short, doesn't follow. Rebound comes down to Bird. Long outlet. Has Timms if he can catch up over the front score.
Oh, there it is.
5 and Yoncalla 3.
There it is right there. That's a patented quick outlet pass to Timms. He got ahead of the pack and said, I'm scoring this one easy.
Van Loon blew out his right sneaker. Van Loon comes back with the inbound pass. One pass in front court. This is Martini. Martini, left side, Bragg. Jay on the way. Inside, does not go. Rebound, strong, McDonough. Well, he draws a foul.
On that play there, McDonough had great position on the backside of that board. He was sealing up his man well, pulling that board. He was already turning his body for the outlet pass before he hit the ground.
Waste gets the foul, his first and the first team. Coming the other way, Timms over the basketball just outside the arc. He'll shoot it. Looks good, gets back iron, not there. Rebound, Andreessen is a horse inside. Other way is Waste for the basketball. Long pass down here, Martini. He'll challenge. Foul, no call. Rebound, Bird on the miss. Bird gets it into Tallman's hands. Coming the other. Boy, if this doesn't remind me of Enterprise, I'll put in with you.
I'll tell you, they're right in their style again.
Bird goes in strong. Not there. McDonough challenges and puts it back and scores. That's exactly what we said. McDonough starting for his board string.
And he is showing it well right now.
7-3. Great pass. Waste off the window. Got it.
This is a quick-paced game, but this has got the favor of Riverside.
Shot on the way, up and down. Timms again. Timms has got 7 of the 9. Yoncalla has 5, and they all belong to Matt Bragg.
Well, we talked yesterday about the fact that Yoncalla better be careful about getting into transition basketball. They're doing exactly what the opponent did yesterday. Of course, that was Imbler, and you just can't keep this pace with Riverside. They're well trained at this kind of a game.
I correct myself. It's Tony Waste with all 5 points. Ball poked out of bounds. And right now, we saw just as soon as they started about a minute and a half of transition, they're in a half-court offense right now.
That's probably what Yoncalla should do a little more of, and then run when you have the opportunity, but don't let the whole game get into a fast tempo.
Van Loon between the circles, left side Bragg. Takes about a 3 from the wing, not there. This is Waste, has all 5 points. Lob pass, down inside, Lancaster goes in, challenges 2, not there. McDonough with another board. 3 on 2, 3 on nobody now. Spins, goes in and scores again from the left side. He's got 9 of the 11.
I am absolutely amazed at how fast those rebounders can get that outlet pass out.
Well, as soon as their guards see that they have the ball on the defensive board, they free up. Waste for 3, not there. Rebound, McDonough. Outlet again. Tallman, Timms. Should be 11. It is. This is a track meet. Yoncalla calls timeout.
Oh, yes.
3 minutes gone. Riverside up 13-5. Back in a minute along the OAB. TV Sports Network.
To the Class A teams, good luck in the playoffs. And as you begin planning for college next fall, remember Blue Mountain, your community college. For more information on what BMCC has to offer, contact the BMCC Counseling Center. Have a great time at the playoffs.
The gang is going to Grizzly Bear Pizza for the best pizza in town. You can afford to take everyone to Grizzly Bear Pizza. Great pizza, good prices, and fun. That's what Grizzly Bear Pizza is all about. Grizzly Bear Pizza near Kmart on Southgate.
At Pendleton Grain Growers Appliance, but be sure you get to Whirlpool bonus weeks and get a lot more than you bargained for. Ask about contract terms at PGG in Pendleton and Milton Freewater. Whirlpool, quality you can count on today. Hurry, sail in soon.
Back on offense, Big Ben Loon shoots it up short. Here we go again, another transition. Tim's all alone. 13 in the game out of the 15, and he's fouled.
He has got 13 of the 15, and he's going to the line. Tim's is absolutely getting their head on the break. Riverside is playing their style to the T, and if we don't watch out, this might be a blowout early.
Well, I'll tell you what, Yoncalla is not protecting the back door from the point. When the point guard shoots, the other guard should release.
I'll tell you what's happening. They're bringing the outlet to one side of the floor. It's flushing the defense to that side, and then they're saying the long man on the opposite side, and that has been tremendously successful.
14 out of 16 belong to Scott Timms, and we've only played 3.5 minutes. Here comes Van Loon the other way, pressured at center court by Timms and Tallman. Now they'll set up the half-court offense, bounce pass to Bragg. Baseline Martini, shot, got it, good-looking shot.
He put that one down. That's his shot, but here's the long pass the other way.
Timms is going to score again. He hasn't missed.
Well, I'll tell you, they are absolutely burning Yoncalla consistently on that long play.
It's 16 in the ballgame in the first quarter for Timms. Van Loon, right side. Now they slow it down. Back to Van Loon. He's not afraid to shoot from out there. Waste, top of the circle. Three-pointer, no. Bragg passes it up. And throws it right into the hand of Tallman. Tallman had it for a moment. Now Martini will set the offense. They're looking for a double dribble. Not there. Bragg basketball. Martini resets the offense. Van Loon left wing. Now comes out to the top.
Yoncalla looks very disoriented here in the early going.
Well, I'll tell you what, this fast break offense pushing it down the floor. Lancaster goes inside. He draws the foul. Bird.
This is about as intense as I've seen Riverside all weekend. They look like they're on a mission.
Well, this looked like the regional game against Grant Union.
It sure does.
I mean, if somebody was flashing a video right now and watching this game of last week's game, the regional game, why, it would be, hey, what's going on, an instant replay?
Yeah, it looks like they just put a different uniform on.
Lancaster goes to the line. Bird's got 2 fouls. Riverside 18. Yoncalla now 8 as Lancaster gets his first.
Well, Dwayne said during the timeout that we had, this could be a 100-point ball game, and I'll tell you, if it keeps going like this, it really could.
3:43 left, and it's now 18-9. This is the slowest I've seen Riverside up, coming up the floor. Now this is the first time they set up in their half-court offense, to my knowledge. McDonough baseline left side, looking for Bird down low. Andreessen had a monster game yesterday. Timms goes baseline, challenges, scores!
Scott Timms is unconscious. He is absolutely going off. He's got 18 points.
Myers breaks up the pass as Yoncalla tries a little break of its own. It doesn't work. Van Loon goes around a screen, stops, picked up by Tallman. Tallman comes out front to meet Waste. Now zone defense, 2-1-2 or a 2-3, however. This is Van Loon back out top to Bragg. Bragg has it taken away. Here comes Tallman. Tallman goes in. These guys can shoot layups.
Boy, I'm telling you, they are just taking it to Yoncalla.
That's the first 2 of the ballgame for Tallman. It's 22-9, inside 3 to go. Oh, he tried to throw it right through Tallman. Great pass by Timms going the other way. Tallman can't get it.
Boy, they did a super job trapping right here at the half-court stripe. It was batted away by Tallman. Timms got the loose ball. Tallman released, hit him in stride on a bounce pass. He was fouled on the lay-in.
That was an excellent pass at midcourt.
Boy, they are just putting it together. They look like a well-oiled machine at this point.
First personal foul. Second personal foul, goes against Matt Bragg, and the third team foul. Tallman at the line. He does not get it. This is really, I think, their Achilles heel, if there is an Achilles heel.
Yeah, free throw shooting is something that they have had trouble with, but they didn't have any trouble the last game they played.
So Tallman gets 1 out of 2. He's got 3 in the ball game, 23-9. Stanley checks into the ball game for Yoncalla. Hayes on the right side. Now he has the basketball on the wing. Back out top, Van Loon. High post is Waste. Ball comes down to Martini low. Back out top. They cannot penetrate this defense. They're going to have to start lighting it up from down low or out top. Martini with a nice inside pass to Lancaster. Just as I said that, they score.
That was a nice play right there. A little dish down on the baseline. Lancaster went strong to the glass, drew the foul. He has a chance for a three-point play. That's one of the bright spots for Yoncalla here in this opening quarter.
But Duncan gets the foul, and Lancaster now has 4. They're not going to give him a chance to shoot.
Surprising. Evidently the foul occurred after the shot.
Must have. So it's just a team foul. 23-11. Coming the other way, Van Loon. Now Martini. Martini resets. Right side, Stanley. Back out top, Van Loon from about 22. Looks good. Does not go. Rebound, McDonough over the back. Had it. Martini takes it away. Here goes Van Loon to the paint. Hangs. He's hammered. No call. Rebound over the back. Out of bounds. And it will go with Riverside. Heads up play by Myers.
Larson's going to check into the ballgame for Riverside. He's the Kevin McHale lookalike, and he comes in with that left-hand shot.
And Myers comes out, gives him quality minutes early. 2 minutes left, opening quarter. Riverside 23, Yoncalla 11. Tallman on the attack. Tim's wing left side. Double low post is Andreessen and Larson. This is Larson. Now back to Tallman. Timms has not shot it from out there. McDonough on the baseline. Looking down low for Andreessen. Back out top. Tallman resets the offense. Calls out the play. It's the closed fist. Timms looking for McDonough inside. Timms has an opening. Can't shoot. 16-footer straight away. Back iron. Not there. Larson keeps it alive. McDonough goes up strong. Scores. McDonough is a force today. He's got 4.
Larson really made the play there as he kept that one alive. Gave McDonough a chance to pull it down and score.
25-11, inside a minute and a half to go. Yoncalla with the basketball. Waste comes out to Van Loon between the circles. Left side, Stanley. Stanley with the basketball. He's a good shooter. Inside, Waste can't handle it, so resets. Good crowd here this morning.
Yeah, there's a great following. Of course, Riverside, a local team, so they've got a good crowd.
Inside, Lancaster forces it. Doesn't go. McDonough with another board. And there was a foul, but it's not called. Here's Timms. Timms, will he shoot and score? He has.
He's got 20 points.
20 in the ball game, first quarter. 27-11. 20 of them belong to Scott Timms. Van Loon settles it down. 43 seconds left and counting. Back out top, Stanley. Now Waste. Left side, Van Loon, the shooting machine. Almost taken away, but Waste saves. Back to Van Loon. Now back to Waste. Waste will shoot a 3. Back iron. Rebound. Who's got it? It's off Martini's shoulder. Andreessen comes away with it. Can't get the outlet. Here it comes. It's 3-on-2 of Tallman hurries. Tallman has it off of the leg. A kick not called. Incidental. Van Loon comes the other way. That time, Riverside could not get the break going. Martini.
Tallman should have been a little more aggressive with his dribble. He should have pushed it real hard until he was stopped. Nobody really stopped him. He just slowed down.
Stanley tries a 3 off the glass. Not there. Van Loon. Nice dish inside. Assist at the buzzer.
Beautiful pass.
Riverside 27, Yoncalla 13. Back in 1 minute for the second quarter along the OAB Sports Network.
The Roundup Athletic Club knows fitness. The Roundup Athletic Club knows racquetball. The Roundup Athletic Club knows aerobics. The Roundup Athletic Club knows swimming. And the Roundup Athletic Club knows spas. The Roundup Athletic Club knows total fitness. All the gang at the Roundup Athletic Club would like to wish all the coaches and teams at the State A basketball tournament the best of luck.
Hi, this is Steve Meyer from the Pendleton Windies. We'd like to congratulate all the teams here at the state tournament. We hope you enjoy your stay and good luck. When you come to Windies, ask for me and I'll serve you a 99-cent single. That's a slam dunk deal, saving you 66 cents. But only if you ask for me, Steve, at Windies. Try our salad bar, served fresh daily, fully stocked. Remember, the 99-cent single is waiting for you when you ask for Steve at Windies in Pendleton.
You're listening to the best in sports on the best in radio. 1290 KUMA Pendleton, the 5,000-watt sports voice of Eastern Oregon.
Just back to action, starting the second quarter. This is the slowest I've seen Riverside play in the first half. Tallman from the baseline for 3. 30-13. He's got 6 6 in the ballgame. We're trying to check her record book to see if it's listed. It's not listed. If 20 points in a quarter was a record. Van Loon shoots, not there. Rebound comes down to Miller, who just checked into the ballgame. Back to Van Loon. Stanley shoots a 3. Shoots a flat-footed back iron. Not there. Andreessen with the basketball. Tries to outlet. Martini has to take it away from McDonough. It's 4-on-1. Tallman leans, shoots off the window, and scores.
Boy, Tallman's starting to pick it up now. They've got 32 points already, and we're just barely into the second quarter.
8 of the points belong to Riverside. There's a whistle.
I think they slapped the ball after it came through the net. He was warning him not to touch the ball after it comes through.
A delay of game warning. Tallman will check out of the ball game, and checking into the ball game will be Tim Hill, a starter yesterday. Played some quality minutes for the Riverside Pirates yesterday. Pressure in backcourt. Van Loon to Stanley. Stanley pushes the ball ahead. Picked up by Timms. What a quarter. Now to back to Van Loon. Bounce pass right side Stanley. Now Martini right baseline up top. Back to Martini. Set the offense. This is Miller. Miller drives the paint. Not there. Kicks the ball back out as they move it out behind the three-point line. Miller. Right side to Stanley. Boy, it's gotten quiet and slowed down here. Van Loon for 3. Not there. Air ball. Cannot save it.
Then Van Loon, who's shooting long three-point shots, but he's not even close so far in this early going.
But he's got the green light. He's a shooter. If he gets his rhythm, he could break this game open. Hill comes the other way on offense. Left side, this is Timms. Now down low to Myers. High post is McDonough. He flashes. Back out top Hill. Andreessen right side. This is Timms in the paint. Challenges. It's on the floor. That must have been blocked by 3 players. Martini leads the break the other way. Well, settle up into half court. Give it up to Stanley. Now to Van Loon, wing left side. Stops to fix his shoe. He blew out another 10. Coming the other way. Bounce pass to Stanley. Right side, Martini. Interior is not there, so Miller comes out to meet the pass. Trying to lob it down low. Shot on the way up and down by Benzo.
Benzo with a nice little follow-away 10-foot J, and that cuts it now to a 17-point game.
His first 2 of the ball game. The slowdown offense might not be to their liking, but at least they're getting the points. But the clock is working against them, too. Hill with the basketball to Timms. They play catch around the perimeter to Myers on the baseline right side. Looking down low, McDonough. Ill-advised pass. Stanley takes it away, goes behind the back with the dribble. Triple team's coming our way. Can he save? Yes. Martini's got a good effort by Stanley and backcourt.
Well, right now, Gary, the tempo of the game is favoring Yoncalla. Things have slowed down quite a bit, and the Eagles are taking advantage of some things.
Bird comes back, Tallman comes back, and Bragg comes back.
The problem for Yoncalla is that they're 17 points behind, so they can't afford to play slow down, for too long.
Had to go to the water hole there, guys. 5:30 left in the second. Van Loon to Bragg, who checked back in. Oh, what an effort. He knew Van Loon was there. Got in the air and just dropped it off behind him. Inside Bensel around the perimeter. 3 on the way by Bragg. Looks good. Gets iron. Not there. Miller on the inside with the offensive board. Back out top, Bragg. He'll shoot it. Not there. Rebound. Here they come. Here come the Pirates. Releasing his Timms. Challenges Van Loon. Whistle before the shot.
He put the shot down, but he was fouled on the drive. Timms is absolutely unconscious. He's doing everything well. I was noticing on both of the shot attempts by Yoncalla, as soon as the shot was released, Timms was already at the half-court line looking for the long pass. He had to come back 2 times in a row to get back into it because Yoncalla got the O-board. But then on the missed shot the last time, he was out in front for the break.
Tallman will inbound baseline. Inside lob pass. Bird takes it away, goes up strong, hammered. And the trail official called it, and then the front official caught it. 44-40. Oh, Miller. 4-0. Miller. His first. 15, and Bird will shoot 2.
Well, Bird, who has been one of the weaker foul shooters on the year, had a pretty good foul shooting game yesterday. We'll see how he does here.
And they've only shot 3 foul shots, 2 out of 3 in the first quarter. It's up. Now they're 3 out of 4. 65% is not shabby.
He pushed that one through real nice.
Had good form. Bird has a total of 1. That's his first point of the ball game. Sat out the last half of the first quarter. This one's up. The Jamal Wilkes look-alike. Lane violation. He stepped across too soon. It would not have counted. The lead is 18 at 33-15. 5:06 left in the first half. Yoncalla will see some pressure in backcourt. Lob inside Stanley. They get it. Now there's some double pressure. teaming as Stanley goes around Timms rather cleanly. Back out top, Bragg. Around the left side to Van Loon. They're packing the inside down low. Van Loon skipped past Stanley outside the three-point line, and just like that, Riverside, like cats, are right out on top of the shooter. There's Andreessen challenging Bragg. Bragg, right side, Van Loon, nice little shuffle step, not there. Tallman pokes it away, it's coming our way. Out of bounds. We almost had Eagles for breakfast.
Well, I was going to say you were going to have one sitting in your lap there, Gary, but we got the brakes on in time.
Van Loon with the basketball will challenge Tallman at center court. Now to Stanley, left side, Bragg, baseline low. Back out top, Miller, right side, Van Loon. You'll find Van Loon all over this court. Skip pass to Stanley, has a three, passes it up. High, this is Miller, right side, Van Loon. He might have got talked to in that timeout about his three-point efforts. Inside, Benzel loses the handle. Back out top. Stanley work the ball around the perimeter. They're very patient, but they're using a lot of time. Andreessen with the almost steal. It's on the floor, McDonough and Tallman. Tallman comes away. They've released. It's now 4-on-3. Timms goes inside. Little runner, and he scores!
What a shot by Timms. Like I said, everything he's throwing up is going down. He's having a tremendous game.
That's 22. Nice pass to Stanley. Goes up against McDonough. McDonough draws.
Well, again, now the pace is getting fast again, and if that continues, Riverside's in the driver's seat. I think Yoncalla has been smart lately to keep things a little slower. But, again, now Yoncalla will go back to the free throw line.
4 team fouls, and McDonough has 2, and Bird has 2 for Riverside. 2 fouls for Bragg, 1 apiece for Waste, Stanley, and Miller. So the team fouls really not much of a problem here in the first half. Although Stanley will shoot this one, foul. Martini will check back in. Waste is back in. And Lancaster is back in. And sitting down will be Matt Bragg. The lineup on defense for Riverside is Tallman, Bird, Myers, Andreessen, and Timms. Stanley at the line, missed the first one, got the second. Coming the other way, 3:46 to play, first half. Riverside by 19 big early. Tallman forces the shot. He would have got to shoot free throws to try to complete a three-point play had it gone. But he draws the foul with Van Loon, and Van Loon will pick up his first. This will now send Tallman to the line.
Tallman did a good job of penetrating right up the middle of the floor into the painted area to draw that foul. And guards, one thing that's important for a ball guard to be able to do against a setup defense is to penetrate in, draw the defense toward him so that he can dish to an open player.
And you've got to have a point guard mentality, not to look to score yourself, but to make those assists. And those assists are as pretty as the shot.
That's
most
right.
times.
That's right. You have to be very unselfish.
Tallman gets 2 from the line. It's now 37-16. Waste at center court. Bothered by Tallman, goes all the way to the free-throw line. Inside Stanley. That was a good-looking break.
That's the best break Yoncalla's put together yet. A tremendous transition basket.
Andreessen has yet to score. He's down low. Almost a travel by Timms. Not there. 3 on the way. Tallman does not look good. Off the iron. Martini has it. Throws a couple of elbows to get out of there and clear it out. Gets it ahead to Van Loon. Van Loon looks ahead. Tries to thread the needle. Can't. Stanley comes out to meet the pass finally. Now they'll settle into their half court. Stanley goes into the paint. Draws the foul. It'll be Bird.
Now, Stanley did a super job of penetrating into that paint again, and then he was looking to dish on the wing right, but he was bumped just as he was passing the ball. Surprisingly enough, that's the 3rd foul now on Bird, and he's going to have to sit down.
McDonough's had a very strong first half, though.
He checks back into the ballgame. That's a 5th team foul on Riverside, so that'll send Stanley to the line.
Bonus the rest of the half for both of the teams. Stanley at the line, converted 1 out of 2 last trip, got this one. He'll shoot the bonus.
He's a good-looking sub off that bench. He shoots the ball well. He handles the ball very well. He's a real good penetrating guard.
It's up and down. He's got them both. And as I look here, Stanley is a junior. He'll be back. He's got a nickel's worth here. 37-20. Tallman into the paint. We'll shoot a little J. Looks good. Rattles home. These guys are shooting tremendous percentage today.
Nobody got up to contest that shot. About a 14-footer. Anybody at this level can hit that.
12 in the ballgame now. Lancaster saves on the sideline. Van Loon shoots another 3. This one looks good. No, it's short. If he'd step up another foot, he'd be right on range. And here's Tim's back all the way. He had released. Another three by Van Loon. This one looks good there. He stepped up about another half a foot and drilled it. NBC.
Yeah, he hammered that one home. Here's the steal by Stanley.
And he tries to force it off of Tim's. Tim saves. Gives it up to Tallman. Timeout. Riverside 39, Yoncalla 23. Back in a minute along the OAB Sports Network. 1 minute break along the OAB Sports Network.
C&K Farm Equipment Repair repairs any farming company wishes them the best. The team spirit keeps the youth in high school sports going, as it does for any business. Eastern Oregon Farming Company says team up together, and we'll all do our best.
Tallman with a basketball, 24 in the ball game. Myers inside. McDonough triple team strong. Does not get it. One of the travelers not there. Stanley with a long rebound. Coming the other way. Stanley settles it down between the circles. Bid Van Loon just cast off a three a little while ago and got it. This is Martini left wing with a basketball. Lancaster is low. Out top Waste. The original starters for Yoncalla, with the exception of Stanley in there right now. Stanley has the ball in the wing. Bounce pass to Van Loon. Sets up, shoots. Not there. Rebound Stanley inside Lancaster.
Nice play inside. Yoncalla just inching their way back into the ball game.
Tallman goes up, has it knocked away from behind by Lancaster. That's a pretty heads-up play by Lancaster not to draw the foul.
But they didn't get back again. Tim's had the long pass, and if he would have pushed it really hard and gone up strong, he might have got the shot away in time.
39-25. This is Tim's with a basketball. Right side, back out top, Andreessen. Now Tallman, just inside the three-point line. Moves in closer, shoots a 14-footer, and there's going to be a pushing foul. McDonough after the shot.
That's going to be his third. I'm not sure. How many does McDonough have now? Yeah, that'll be his third, too. So Bird and McDonough, they're two big guys, are going to have three personal fouls.
14 points in the ball game now for Tallman, and three personal fouls on both of the big guys for Riverside.
You know, though it's a 16-point game right now, and Riverside has controlled things, it has changed a bit here in the second quarter. Riverside, at the very beginning of the second period, had picked up their 32nd point. Since then, they've only scored 9, and Yoncalla's been inching their way back in. I really think that the Pirates have got to continue to try to push that tempo.
At the line is Martini, shoots the bonus, not there. Larson gets the rebound, it just checked into the ball game. Here comes Tallman the other way as they push it ahead. Down low, Myers, inside, tough shot, got it!
He put it down, great job.
2 in the ball game for Myers. Coming the other way quickly as Waste puts out the arm. Back out top to Stanley to Van Loon. Van Loon between the circles. He's the quarterback. Stanley back to Van Loon. Inside, trying to thread the needle. Taken away. Tim's on the break. It's 2-on-1. He should go all the way. Goes in strong, and he is hammered. And I mean hammered. And he almost scored.
Well, I'll tell you, he did the right thing. Just go hard to the hole, and you're going after it for the 2. You might get fouled. He just did miss the shot. And now he'll shoot 2 foul shots.
Stanley picks up his second. And that's exactly what you say. If nobody stops you, go as hard as you can to the iron until somebody does stop you.
Yeah, you have to. When you're in transition on any kind of an advantage, 3-on-1, 2-on-1, whatever it might be, you've got to push the ball as hard as you can until somebody stops the ball.
There's a whistle on the free throw. The shot went down. We'll see if they count it. Did they swap positions?
Well, now we've got some problem. I'm not sure what happened. I really am not. I happen to be looking kind of in your direction during our explanation there. Did not see what took place at the free throw lane area. Evidently, it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, it's possible the 2 guys may have switched after the ball was handed to the shooter. And right now there's some indecision as to exactly what should be done. Whether they shoot again, whether they jump the ball on, what they're going to do, I'm not sure. The ball was handed to Timms. He clearly made the shot, but the whistle blew right before he let it fly.
Alan Perriman just told me, I didn't understand exactly what he said, but the first free throw is disallowed. Perhaps, Alan, you can get in here and help us out on the microphone just a little bit.
Well, if you have a double violation on a free throw, the offense creates it also, so that disallows the basket. And since it's a double, it's a jump ball. Shoot a 2-shot foul, then you will have a 1 shot left because you disallowed the first shot.
So the bucket was disallowed on a two-shot foul. He gets the last one then. Okay, thank you. So the first one does not count, and it was a two-shot foul. Double lane violation in essence. So they will count only the second shot. And the first one will not be an attempt then. So it's only 1 out of 1. So the first one was not an attempt. Okay, 45 to 20, 23 in the ballgame. 45-25, 44-25 it is. And Yoncalla on offense, inside a minute to go. First half, Martini, a lot of standing around. This is Waste with the basketball. He'll shoot a three. Got it. That one was partially checked.
That's a nice shot by Waste. He cuts it back to a 16-point game with 40 seconds to play in the half.
Waste with 8 in the ballgame. Started off like a house of fire in the first quarter. 36 seconds left. First half, 44 to 28. Larson with the basketball. Now Tallman, left side, Timms. High post is Andreessen, yet to score. Larson just inside the three-point lane, does not get it. Inside the arc, coming the other way. Van Loon on the attack. Van Loon has been running so hard today, he's blown out a couple of tenny runners. And I'm just saying the Velcro straps across the top. 10 seconds. Dykelich to check in if they don't run the clock out for Riverside. Martini, they'll play for the last shot with 6. 3 on the way, Waste. Does not get it to go. Rebound, Larson. And no time. Tallman tries it. Fired from about 60 feet. I don't know whether it would have beaten the buzzer, but it was a good-looking shot. It was on. You think it would have counted? It would have counted. All right. You would have given it to him, huh? You would have given it to him. All right. All right. 44 to 28 at halftime. Riverside up by 6.
He was just almost silent. He's going to have to pick up his game.
So it's Lancaster, Bragg, Van Loon, Martini, and Waste, the original starters. And everybody will start the same except McDonough. It'll be Myers for McDonough to start for Riverside. Bragg to the right side. This is Martini. They should pick up their intensity. Bragg, Martini baseline inside. Lancaster leans in, does not get it. Gets his own miss. Waits, puts it back up. Got it this time. Very patient.
Billy Bird had to play tentatively. He's got 3 personal fouls. He really couldn't afford to go after a block there.
First Yoncalla Eagle to go into double figures. Lancaster inside. Myers, he's fouled.
That's going to be on Jim Martini, if I'm not mistaken. That'll be the first team foul against Yoncalla for Martini. That'll be his first personal.
The first and the first. At the line will be Myers, who has yet to score. If I'm not mistaken. No, he's got 2. Thank you. So it's Myers starting for McDonough, who is in foul trouble. As we said during the break, 16 fouls and 3 belong to McDonough and Bird. Myers has got 3 in the ballgame. It's now a 15-point lead.
We've talked about it several times, and it continues to be important. The first 3 minutes of the second half is critical. I think more so in Yoncalla's case in this situation, being down by 16 now.
Down by 16 as Myers converts on to his 4th point of the ball game. Half a minute gone here, third quarter. Martini right side to Waste. Down low is Lancaster. Almost tipped away by Tallman. Van Loon goes in strong, challenges, steps, not there. Taken away. The other way, Tallman tries to release, hammered by Bragg. Well, Bragg did the right thing. He came up on him, didn't allow the outlet pass.
That's exactly one of the things that they probably talked about at halftime. As soon as they kick the outlet pass out, jump right on that outlet man so he doesn't get the long pass and give your defensive person a chance to get back on Timms.
Third personal goes against Bragg. Second team. Tallman calls out the play in front court. High post is Bird. Bird on the right side to Andreessen. Taken away. It's 3-on-1. Martini leads the break. And he did not give it up and scores.
I think that's not a bad idea. He had a smaller man on him with Tallman trying to take him. Martini had a good, strong height advantage. He just took it to the hole.
4 in the ball game for Martini. It's 46-32. Bird with a nice little spin move. Draws the foul. I am forever getting screened off at center court here by either officials or spectators.
That foul was on Martini again. No, yeah, it was Martini. That's his second personal foul, and that's going to send Bird to the line.
They've got him for 2. All right, thank you. Scoreboard had it for 3, and they didn't change it. At the line is Bird. McDonough will check back in. He'll come in for Bird.
That's already the 3rd team foul on Yoncalla here in the second half.
And only a minute and 14 seconds gone. Bird shoots it off the iron. Not good. Jim Martini comes over and gets some coaching. Only 1 point in the ball game for Bird, as he is one of 3, now 1 of 4. Rebounding foul, it'll be Timms.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a, well, it was an aggressive play by Timms, and you can't fault a kid for being aggressive, though it did create a foul situation. It's a 14-point ball game at this point. Yoncalla still very much in the game.
Especially with the threat of Van Loon from 3-point range. Andreessen will pressure the inbound pass. McDonough checks in. Ball comes into Van Loon, goes behind the back with the dribble. Classy-looking kid. Goes between the legs, almost loses it just as I throw some accolades on him. Bragg, three-pointer, back iron it down.
Well, that cuts it to 11 at 46-35, and now Riverside's going to have to try to push some tempo.
Timms baseline jumper rattles down. Timms with 25.
He really looks solid, doesn't he? We got a whistle, and evidently there was...
another delay?
Yeah, another delay warning.
It does not result in a technical, evidently. Coming the other way, Bragg. Right side, Martini. One bounce back out top, Bragg. Martini. Looking inside, Lancaster, he's loose. That was great. He pushed off just enough to get free.
Well, the one thing Yoncalla realizes is that both Bird and McDonough are in foul trouble, though McDonough's now on the floor, yes. And that really puts Riverside at a disadvantage inside.
Nice up fake by Timms. Goes in strong, loses it out of bounds. 12 in the ball game now for Lancaster. It is an 11-point ball game. Nothing out of the ordinary for Yoncalla to mount a comeback with only 2 minutes gone. Inside, taken away. Martini on the steal. Has a man down here. Bragg can't find him. Martini's going to be a hill ball in backcourt.
Very frustrated. Martini thought about slamming the ball down, but I think the thought might have crossed his mind that if I do that, I could get my team a tee, and we don't need that.
Possession arrow belongs to Riverside. They'll inbound in front court on the side. Into Tallman. Double low post is Myers and McDonough. Tallman at the free throw lane, bailed out as Timms comes to meet the pass. Tallman penetrates, hangs, has it blocked. Lancaster goes up, going to be the fourth foul against McDonough.
Well, that was a mistake by McDonough. He had no business trying to go after that ball. Once Lancaster had it, he should have just dropped off and got back defensively, but instead he picks up personal foul number 4.
Bird waits to check in. And the official comes over and says who committed the last foul. It will go against McDonough. And that was the only thing they waited for Bird to stay at the scorer's table to allow the referee to come over and check the scores. The fourth personal against McDonough. Second team, excuse me. Van Loon to the basketball. Right side, Martini. Really hasn't got untracked yet, as we have mentioned all along. Waste around the perimeter. It comes to Van Loon. Now Bragg for 3, left side. Got it. Wow, they're going to have to come out and meet the three-point shooters. That's 6 on 2 3-point goals.
That's right, and now the momentum is with Yoncalla. We'll see how Riverside responds because Yoncalla's only down by 8.
And it's early on here, third quarter, not quite 3 minutes gone. Just inside the three-point line was Timms, it was the other way, and here comes the break. Van Loon leads it, crosses over, hangs, does not get it. Bird with a strong board. Other way, Tallman on the break. Andreessen, he's hammered. Lancaster. Lancaster took a good foul.
Yeah, that last break there where Bid Van Loon had the break, the defense was really tough. They did a super job of forcing him away from the basket, taking a tough shot from about 7 feet away, and he couldn't put it down.
Checking into the ball game for Andreessen is Justin Dyke to see his first action here in this Consolation Championship game. 4:56 left in the third quarter. Riverside with the ball and the lead. Lob inside, Bird takes it away. Waits, goes up with the left hand and scores. Challenged Lancaster. Lancaster could not challenge him the other way. Nice pass to Martini to snag it. Back out top. Van Loon gets the errant pass. 15-footer off the iron and down. He's a pure shooter.
Things are starting to get intense again now. Riverside getting a little more up-tempo game, and they may take advantage.
I hope somebody had that one on film. 27 in the ball game for Timms. Ball tipped out of bounds. Timms forced that, just wiggle his way through in and scored.
Yoncalla could be creating themselves a problem here. They're getting back into the game, and in so doing, they sense that they might be able to come back, so they're pushing the tempo faster and faster, and I think they're actually creating a problem for themselves.
Bragg with 6 points on 2 3-point goals. Van Loon bluffs a 3, goes into the paint. Dishes down low, Martini back out top waist. Around the perimeter, Van Loon. Now to Bragg. Bragg thought about launching that 3, can't get it. Back to Martini to Bragg. Skip it around the perimeter to Van Loon. Now here's Bragg open for a 3, bluffs it. Back out top, Waste. He shoots a three. Got it down.
They're coming back with three-point shots out of the setup offense, and I think they don't want to push the ball quite so much, but just go to that game plan.
11 to the ball game for Tony Waste. 3 on the way from Tomlin. Looks good. Does not go. Justin Dyke fights for the rebound. It's not there. Here comes the Yoncalla Eagles. Nice pass to Martini. 2. That was a great outlet by Big Van Loon.
There's awesome transition play there by Yoncalla. Can't fault him for that one. They're only down by 6. We got a timeout. 3:35 left in the third. Yoncalla trails Riverside 52-46. Back in 60 on the OAB network.
The Roundup Athletic Club knows fitness. The Roundup Athletic Club knows racquetball. The Roundup Athletic Club knows aerobics. Financially sound companies who specialize in most coverages and provide the best possible service and claims adjustment. From Bob and Cheryl, Flohar Insurance in Hefner, go Mustangs and Phillies.
Just back the other way. Martini on the break hits the roll. It's now an 18-6 run, and the lead is for Riverside. Martini has 8 in the ball game. Tim Hill forced a shot the other way. This is Tallman. Timms dishes inside Bird. Bird with a nice look. Can he get it to go? Lancaster had his back turned.
Nice play there. Tim set that one up, and now it's Yoncalla who's running the Riverside Pirates out of the gym here lately, which I did not think they'd be able to do.
Tim Hill comes the other way. Down low, Andreessen with an up fake. Shoots it tough. Does not get it. And who's back for the board? Jim Martini. Here comes Van Loon. Pushes it ahead. Goes into the paint. Dishes on the right side. Bragg, a little jumper, back iron. Lancaster keeps it alive. Rejected. Birdie draws the foul. Tough foul. Must have got him with the body.
That means that Bird and McDonough both have 4 personal fouls. We still have 2:37 left in the third quarter. That could be very critical as McDonough's going to check back into the game. Jim Martini, by the way, as you were talking, Gary, he's sucking air something bad, and they need to get him out of the ball game.
Well, he came down and shot the layup. Did not get it. Bird got the rebound, went down to the other end, and Martini got the defensive board to lead the break the other way.
And then it was all he could do to get back down the floor. He was really dogging tired.
Lancaster shoots free throws off the iron short. The lead is 6. It has been down to 4 here in the third quarter. This third quarter has belonged to Yoncalla.
Oh, yeah, they've made a great comeback.
And it is now a 5-point game. And Martini steals the inbound. Come the other way, Bid Van Loon. They can cut it down. It's 5. They can cut it down to conceivably 1. Martini inside. Nice look. Lancaster shoots it strong. Not there. Hill with a rebound. And Timms hasn't taken away a reach foul. It'll go against Bid Van Loon. He's looking in disbelief.
Well, it looked to me like he had all ball there on a great defensive play. But, of course, that's strictly a judgment call. And in the eyes of the official, he thought he had some on.
Van Loon picks up his second, and that will put Riverside into the bonus, and it will be Timms shooting free throws. He's got 27 points. Again, all of them on 20 in the first quarter.
Yeah, he has really played a phenomenal game.
Now 28. There's the guy I would have the ball in his hands if it comes down to crunch time. If you're trailing or leading. You know, if you're trailing short or leading big.
He can do so many things. You need to use him as much as possible.
This is the second. When Hill comes away, does not get it. Rebound contested by Andreessen, and Lancaster comes out. Nice pass to Martini. Bobbles, shoots. Back iron. Rebound wasted. Martini. McDonough comes away with it. Coming the other way. Tallman. Now to Timms. Timms backs it out. Tallman from the free throw line. Got it!
Nice shot by Mike Tallman right at that foul line quickly. Here's Yoncalla the other way, though.
Tony Waste goes in and scores. This is going to be a battle of transition teams. 13 in the ball game.
Riverside's the team that's not getting back very well right now.
Coming the other way is Riverside on offense. Tim Hill. 3 on the way by Tallman. It's going to be short. Doesn't follow. There's Andreessen's first 2 as he cleans it up. Great offensive board play by Andreessen. 59-51. Oh, that was a takeaway by Hill, and he can't believe it against Martini. That was strength against strength.
Boy, Martini had a one-on-one layup opportunity. Hill grabbed a hold of the ball, evidently got some arm on the play, and with a minute and a half to play in the third quarter, Jim Martini, a very tired Jim Martini, will go to the free throw line.
But Hill gets the points for the takedown. That was strength. Hill was not going to allow him to get that 2-point effort. Make him earn it from the free throw line. That's a plus.
He's a tired kid, too, and he had trouble with that foul shot.
No rhythm, no poise, no follow-through. One bounce, it's up. This one looks good. Not there, off the front iron. Riverside coming the other way. Tallman leads the break, and Bragg breaks it up and goes into the third row.
1:27 left in the period. I'm really kind of surprised they don't get Martini out of there. He is really fatigued, and those two foul shots showed it.
No legs. Other way, this is Timms. Not there. Rebound. Lancaster. Great board. Van Loon looks ahead. Here's Waste. Stops. Shoots it off the glass down. We are in a ball game here, friends. 6 points. 15 in the ball game for Tony Waste.
The Eagles are showing me they're a very good transition team. They just haven't been able to do anything with it until the latter part of this third period.
Tallman. Left side, Timms. These kids from Riverside do not look tired.
Riverside is going to have to pick up a defensive game to create the tempo they want, because what's happening now is Yoncalla is pushing the ball down for scores, and Riverside's having to play up a half-court game.
30 in the ball game as Timms buries a long range. Coming the other way, Tony Waste challenges Timms. Out of bounds. It will go the other way. Coaching staff for Yoncalla wanted a tip. I think the ball was tipped when it was in his hands before he released.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was a good call.
Yoncalla will substitute. They will substitute Stanley. The other way, Tallman with a half minute to go, third quarter. This is another high-scoring game, 61 points. Timms with 30. Timms to Tallman. Tallman tries to create. Not there, gets his own miss. Here comes Martini, and we talked about him being tired. He pushes it ahead. Stanley. Timms bothers, and Martini cleans it up.
He was right there following the shot, put down to miss, and now it's back to a 6-point ball game.
Martini with 10, coming the other way. Timms with a basketball. On the way, a three by Tallman, gets back iron. In there is Martini, and it's going to be a held ball. There is some intense basketball being played on the Armory floor today.
I'll tell you, though Martini is very tired, he's still giving it everything he's got.
With only 2 seconds left in the period, they'll prevent the long down-court pass. Riverside will pressure everybody, pick up a man. Ball comes into Stanley. It's on the floor, and that'll be the quarter. Riverside 61, Yoncalla 55. Back in 1 minute along the OAB Sports Network.
There's a local Pendleton repair shop ready to serve emergency road service. Call them at 276-1521. Little Eagle Truck Repair. Make a slam dunk for a cleaner Oregon. Recycle at the new Columbia Ridge Recycling and Disposal Facility. What you used to know is the Gilliam County Landfill outside Arlington. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 to 4 and 8 to noon on Saturday. Don't just take your trash to the basket. Score big by recycling. It's as easy as a breakaway layup and twice as fun. Come see us at Columbia Ridge on Cedar Springs Road, just south of Arlington.
Well, we'll see what these two teams are made of with 8 minutes to go. A 27-17 quarter, Yoncalla, and 9 of their 27 on three-point goals. Coming the other way is Hill. Hill to Timms with 30 in the ballgame. Back to Hill. The lead is 6. Andreessen baseline left side. Back out top, Hill. This is Dyke. Now, Timms, two-pointer, shoots it short. Rebound, Lancaster. They're looking to push it ahead. Here comes Van Loon to Stanley. Stanley holds it up. Gives it back to Van Loon. A three-pointer, front iron, not there. Andreessen and Stanley. That was a good defensive board by Matt Andreessen.
Yeah, he went after it strong because Stanley happened to be in the right place at the right time. It looked like he was going to have a putback situation, but Andreessen really got aggressive in going after that ball.
Yoncalla gets the ball underneath their own basket on the inbound. Inbound to Stanley. Out top, Lancaster's had a strong game down low. Back out top, Tony Waste. He's playing with 15 points in the ballgame. This is Van Loon. Lobbing down low. Lancaster can't hold on to it.
That was not a smart pass. McDonough had it covered real well.
Of course, they are realizing, too, that McDonough's playing with foul trouble. I would imagine they're going to try to force the issue down low if they possibly can, if it's there.
I'm sure they'd like to get McDonough and Bird out of there. Bird's not in right now. He's resting, but they'd like to get the big guys off the floor.
Waste goes for the steal. Not there. McDonough baseline left side. Skip pass. This is Dyke. Dyke down low. There's McDonough. Doesn't get it. Tries to follow. Almost had his fifth. Here comes Van Loon to Stanley. It's 1-on-2. He'll challenge Dyke, and Hill with a nice move.
That Stanley kid could start for a lot of teams. He's a tremendous six-man. Great crossover move. Went up with the left hand. He was fouled. He cuts it now to a 4-point game with the possibility of making it a 3-point ball game on his foul shot.
And the foul was charged to Dyke, I believe. Yes, okay, his first. And Stanley at the line. He has 7. It can make it 8. Stanley's a 5'10 junior. He's got 8 in the ball game. It's a 3-point game. Minute and 3 seconds gone. Tallman back into the ball game to Hill. Now they will double team Timms more than likely. It's been zone defense. It's actually a box and one, it looks like to me, as they come down on the low post man. Oh, Timms with a runner. What a play. This kid is unconscious today.
He just forced the issue. He found the seam. He went quickly and put it in.
Tony Waste. Nice little jump shot from the left side. He's got 17.
Yoncalla's in a rhythm right now, and they're just staying right with it.
Shootout at the OK Corral. McDonough gets a bad pass, but handles. Inside Dyke, forces not there. Rebound coming the other way. Bragg, and it's 4-on-2. Bragg left the pack behind him. Bid Van Loon shoots. No, he decides to pass. And Stanley comes away with a loose ball. Dyke goes for the steal. Excuse me, Bragg for Hill for the steal. Not there. Van Loon loses the handle. Out top, Bragg. They'll settle down. Waste. Bragg left side. Skip pass over here for Stanley. Back to Waste. Zone defense by Riverside as Bird looks to check back in. Back out top, Matt Bragg. Looking down low for Lancaster against McDonough. 3 on the way with Van Loon. We're talking 63-62. Game 63 all now. 8 for Bid Van Loon. As Timms tries to quiet the crowd, can't. It's going to be a foul, and Greason, I believe.
No, I think that's got McDonough. We'll have to check. If it's McDonough, he's history. It is. So
McDonough fouls out with 5:34.
Myers and Bird will both check back in as Riverside realizes the importance of having big guys on the board.
And here was a good substitution for Yoncalla to get Martini out of the ballgame. He's back in with 5:34 to go on an 8-2 run here in the fourth quarter. Thanks, Wayne.
Martini rested for about 2.5 minutes. He should be ready to go. The final 5:34. Riverside, who has lost the momentum in his game, is going to have to create the momentum again, I think, with defensive pressure.
Well, it's been all offense primarily here by Riverside today. Of course, Yoncalla fought their way right back in after trailing the entire ballgame. We're tied with 5.5 to go in the ballgame. 13 in the ballgame for Lancaster, now 14. That's Yoncalla's first lead.
Yes, it is, and a very good time for them. They're up by 1. Boy, I can remember when Riverside was up by 17, what sticks in my mind.
Bragg gets the miss, and Yoncalla keeps it alive. Van Loon will settle down. Yoncalla up by 1. High post, Bragg, 15-footer, not there. Dishes on the left side to Martini.
Great pass right there inside from Bragg to Martini.
Martini's got 12. It's now a 3-point lead for the Eagles after Riverside has led the entire basketball game to this point. Andreessen around the perimeter of Tallman. High post is Bird. Myers down low. Andreessen runs down the long pass. Bird in the lane. Challenges, waits, and shoots. Got it.
That was a great move. He gave it up fake. Got 2 guys in the air. When they came down, he went up and put it down.
7 in the ball game for Bird. The lead is 1. Riverside trails at Yoncalla 66. Riverside 65. Martini is down low. This is Van Loon. Goes against Tallman. Dishes to Martini. Does not get it. Rebound. Lancaster. Up strong. Not there. Bird contests. It's out of bounds. And it should go with Riverside. Yes.
I'll tell you, Bird and Lancaster were just fighting tooth and nail for that ball. And Bird did a super job of bouncing it off the leg of Lancaster.
And while they were both in the air out of bounds. Riverside looks to get the lead back. Timms to Myers, baseline left. Out top, Tallman. Now right side, Timms with over 30 points. He's got 32. Our sheet only goes to 42. I was wondering if we had enough room. Back out top, Tallman. 4:11 to go. Andreessen to Tallman, slowing down the offense. This is helping Yoncalla on defense to get a chance to rest. Andreessen with the basketball to Myers on the baseline right side. Back out top, Tallman. Inside Bird, and he is fouled from behind by Jim Martini. He's got 3.
Good call there. Martini went over the shoulder of Bird, bumped him from behind and fouled him, so Bird's going to go to the line. Bird, who has struggled at the line this morning, will try to redeem himself.
1 out of 3. He had a good free throw shooting game yesterday in their win against Riddle. And he can give Riverside the lead as she is shooting bonus. 3:54 left in a great consolation basketball game today. It's up, down. That was kind of a knuckler. Looked like a Hoyt Wilhelm knuckler.
We got a lot of 6s on the board up there, Gary. We're tied at 66.
I hope you're enjoying this basketball game as much as I am. It's up, not there. Rebound. All down by Bid Van Loon and Tom Stanley. So Yoncalla comes away. Game is tied at 66. Stanley, good-looking athlete off the bench. High post Martini with the ball. Back out top Stanley as Bragg and Van Loon and Stanley work the perimeter. Looking for Lancaster against Bird down low. And they're going to look to get him the ball. There's a lob down low. Can he handle? Goes under. Back out to Martini. Martini in the lane. Should have been a travel. Not there. Tim's the other way, and Bid Van Loon gets the foul. Had to give him the foul. You really did.
Well, yeah, that was a smart foul. He knew that if Timms goes around him, that he's on his way, you know. And they'd have been on a 2-on-0 break scoring easy, so he did the smart thing.
And that was in backcourt. As you said, had Timms gotten by him, the gate was open for a breakaway layup. That was a good foul. That's 3.
They would have scored easy there if he hadn't commit that foul.
66 all. At the line, Timms with 32. Up, and he's got 33.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I checked the scoring record. 45 in a ball game's the record.
45 points in the ball game. He may not have enough time. He gets this one to go short. Coming the other way is Bragg to lead the break. Back to Lancaster. We'll give it up to Van Loon. Riverside by 1. With 3:18 to go in the ball game, and it's been a great basketball game. Stanley with the basketball, pressured by Timms. There was a foul not called. Let him play on. Van Loon with the ball. High post is Lancaster along with Bragg. This looks like a backdoor cut. There it is. A reverse layup. Got it. That was a good-looking offensive set by Yoncalla. Double high post looking for the cutter.
Real nice backdoor play there.
10 in the ball game. And Yoncalla up by 1. Timms goes baseline on the drive, shoots an air ball, not there. Lancaster with a miss on the rebound. Van Loon will push it ahead. As Martini should be, yes. Now Yoncalla's taking it right to Riverside. They're up by 3. 14 for Martini.
They're still riding the momentum wave, and they are on top by 3.
Timms has been the hot man so far for Riverside. Tallman around the perimeter. Andreessen bluffs the shot. Back out top. Inside, Myers goes up strong. Off the window. Not there. Lancaster with another defensive board. Martini releases, but they'll slow it down and come in a front court. Now they'll widen it out, or they should widen it out. In my estimation, I'm not a coach, but I would, and look for the back door. Martini will shoot a jumper. Not there. You'll advise, but Lancaster keeps it alive. Inside, Bragg will bring it back. There's the smart thing to do. 2 minutes to go.
I'll tell you, Gary, the big key here in the second half has been the fact that the Yoncalla Eagles have owned the boards. Lancaster and Martini have really pulled the boards.
Timeout on the floor with exactly 2 minutes to play. Yoncalla by 3. Back in a minute along the OAB Sports Network.
Hi, this is Steve Meyer from the Pendleton Wendy's.
Ice maker free. Come into PGG and ask for details. But be sure you get to Whirlpool bonus weeks and get a lot more than you bargained for. Ask about contract terms at PGG in Pendleton and Milton Freewater. Whirlpool, quality you can count on today. Hurry, sail in soon.
Would you say that it's been 2 ball games? First half Riverside, second half Yoncalla?
No doubt about it. The Eagles have absolutely dominated the second half of play after Riverside jumped out to a big first half lead.
Timeouts, 1 apiece. Man-to-man defense to pressure the basketball. Riverside down by 3. Inside, a minute and a half to go right now. Waste, who checked into the ball game, will kick it back out top. That's the smart thing to do.
Very patient play by Yoncalla right now, which is smart. They're up by 3 with 1:27 to play.
Timms dogging Stanley. Martini with the ball in his hands. Back out top of the quarterback, Van Loon.
It's tough to run 2 minutes off the clock in this kind of an offense, but Yoncalla so far has already run out 45 seconds.
Down to a minute and 13. This is Martini back out top Stanley. Riverside's going to have to get the ball or stop the clock.
Yeah, they got to get a little more aggressive out there because the clock's down to almost 1 minute right now.
61 seconds. There's the minute mark right there. Yoncalla can freeze this.
They've ran off 1 minute 5 seconds already since the timeout.
They've got a foul. They've got to stop. Riverside's got to get a stop here. Stanley. And I'm sure Yoncalla will be content to run this clock out. They've got the 3-point lead. 45 seconds left. They've
run off 1 minute 20 now.
1-1, not intentional, going for the ball. Coaching staff and the bench looking for an intentional foul. Minute and 20 seconds. That was a great stall tactic by Yoncalla.
You better believe it was, and I'll tell you what, they're in a situation now where if he hits the front end of this 1-on-1, they're in pretty good shape, and that really was a lot of time to let go by Riverside.
Well, if they miss, however, it may backfire because Yoncalla's only up by 3, and Riverside can tie it. Larson into the ballgame, 0 for 3 at the line. Martini, is that correct? That's right. All right. And he's 0 for 4. Waste had it for a moment, and Myers comes away with it for Riverside. Bird gets into the hands of Tallman. Now Timms looking for the 3 or something to create. 2, it's a 1-point game. Now they've got to get another stop.
26 seconds remaining.
The crowd is getting intense in this one as well as the players. That was a good foul as well to get the clock stopped. However, they fouled Van Loon. He was a pretty fair shooter.
Van Loon's an excellent foul shooter. We got a timeout on the floor with 19 seconds left. And Yoncalla by 1. Do you want to hold it, Gary?
Well, let's hold it right here and talk a little bit about this and see what the coaches have to say. For these, it's still a 3-point game.
Yeah, it's not out of range.
It's up and nothing but net. Thank you for joining us here on KUMA Pendleton for the state championships. Glad to have you all season long here. Van Loon gets it to go. No, and Riverside can win it with a 3. Timms will force the issue to Tallman. It's on the floor. Tallman shoots it. We're tied!
They've got to run her down. They're going to have to get back.
Only 1 left. They must have had 2.
Riverside had called the 1 crossing
backcourt. Inbound to Van Loon. The clock will start right there. Van Loon comes all the way. Goes against, Timms crossed it. The free throw line it is to shoot 1-on-1.
Go up by 2. There's only 2 seconds left.
Got it. That could be the ball game.
Well, it means that Riverside is going to have to get the ball into about the 30-foot area for a possible shot.
It's off the glass. Van Loon puts it off the score. But he's going to miss.
What a heads-up play by Big Van Loon. Gary, he just threw the ball off the glass. I mean, there's no way he was trying to make that shot. He was just throwing it up there. He threw a brick off the glass and hit the iron. He got his own rebound and put it back in.
Oh, what a game. Game. That's all I can say.
One of the finest comebacks I've seen at the state tournament ever. Yoncalla, which trailed early by, I know, at least 17 points. And in fact, at one point, I remember saying, this thing could turn into a rout. I thought that Riverside was just going to absolutely blow them right off the floor the way this game started. But Yoncalla made some adjustments at the halftime. They came back out in the second half. They took the long pass away from Timms. They contested the pass. They gave the outlet pass, but then they contested the long pass well enough to where Riverside couldn't expose anything deep. They forced the Pirates to play more of a half-court game. And then Yoncalla, because Bird and McDonough were in foul trouble, got aggressive on the boards, mainly in the presence of Lancaster and Martini. They went hard to the rebounds. They got their outlet transition game going quickly. And the next thing you know, the Eagles were right back in the game.
Well, I thought it was going to go overtime there where Riverside tied it with only 7 seconds. But the critical game, or the critical point of the game after the turnaround, and Yoncalla got the